You're listening to She's the Business podcast.
Okay, everybody. So I'm here and I have Becky with me here in the studio. Welcome, Becky. Thank you so much for joining us on She's the Business.
Oh, thanks so much, Jessica.
It's awesome. I can't wait to hear your story and get into all the details of how you went from starting a business to making 100K a month selling digital products. You've clearly got a lot to share with us. But before we do that, can you tell us a bit about what you do in your business today, who you help, a little bit of that background for us?
Oh, sure. Well, I help women scale their digital product businesses. I also work with service providers that are looking to get a stream of passive income going and that are tired of working hours for dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And also help like people that sell on Etsy, with their digital product creation and also how to sell them.
Yeah. So what sort of businesses do you think are, like obviously there's quite a few different types of businesses that you work with and that it's relevant for digital products. What are the ones that people may not have even thought of having a digital product that they sort of come across you and then go, wow, this has just opened up a whole new world to them? Just give us a bit of a feel for some of the types of businesses that have used digital products to really open up a new income stream.
Well, definitely coaches, like they could create a course, like an online course, and that helps their students when they can't be there. I like to tell them that it's an extension of you because this one client I was working with, like she was kind of hesitant. She said, I don't know if I should, sell digital products like courses and stuff because I want to be there for my students. But I said, but if you can't be there for your students, this extension of you is this digital product that you can provide for them. They can watch it on demand, like watching Netflix anytime they want to like get with you. They can watch your course and learn from you. And that just provides a more of a know, like, and trust factor.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Courses are definitely a really cool one. What other types of digital products do people create, or like courses are obviously one specific type. Do you help people with other sorts as well? You mentioned Etsy shop owners and people who have other digital products.
Oh, yes. Like for Etsy, you could sell like printables, like financial spreadsheets, and all kinds of different niches, digital trackers, digital planners, printable planners. So just a number of things that you could create and sell, especially with AI tools. It makes it so much faster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So how do you, like if I was thinking about it, there's probably lots of ideas, right? So you have a business and you think, well, I do coaching, but then I've got resources that I use. I could create a course, I could create downloads, I could create planners. You could almost just get stuck in the overwhelm of like, there's so many options. What do I choose? What would be your advice to somebody, or how do you just get started?
Well, it's up to who you want to serve, like your niche, like what kind of products are people looking for. Maybe you can, survey your audience or even go into like a Facebook group in your niche if you don't have an audience and kind of test the waters, like ask, like, what are you struggling with? Like just post that and people will respond to you. And whatever struggle they come up with, you can make a product out of that. Because I was a UX designer for like 20 years. And that's how I was able to make products so good for the different companies, because we would actually survey the audience and see what pain points they're having. And then we could go about improving the product and make even more features with what we were making.
Yeah. Excellent. Of course, always so simple. The answer is always the simplest one, isn't it? Just ask people, what is it that you need? That's so cool. Tell us a bit about your background. So before you got into this business, you just mentioned you were a UX designer. Tell us a bit about Becky in the past. What did you used to do?
Well, for about 20 years, I was doing web development, UX design, designing interfaces, mobile apps, also doing coding, like coding in various languages. And it just like took its toll on me. I started, having a lot of trouble with my hands, like carpal tunnel syndrome. And I was in the kitchen one day holding a glass, and the glass just dropped out of my hand and just shattered to the floor, and my hand was numb. And because I was spending so much time just coding, so I can code 90 words per minute. And I would just spend all day at work just coding all day. And then I get home and my hands are throbbing, my wrists are hurting. And I said, I just can't do this business anymore. So I was trying to get into management, but because I'm a woman, it seemed like I could never get an opportunity. And this one point, my boss even told this other hiring manager how great I was. And it was in the company. It was a management position that opened up. And they didn't even give me a chance. They didn't give me an interview or anything. I just couldn't believe it.
No way. It's just so frustrating, isn't it? And you're like, there is no reason why not. How ridiculous. So what happened then? So you were there, obviously the writing's on the wall that they weren't going to give you a chance. And then how did you get started? How did you even come up with this idea to start a business? And was it different? Like, tell me a bit about what was the initial business idea that you began?
Well, I didn't really, I'd always wanted to have a business. I actually dabbled a bit in college where I had this digital pet business, kind of like Neopets.
Yeah.
But I had digital horses that you could breed and like customize. So I did that during college and I helped pay for my college, that online business. But then I just settled into just 9-to-5 work. But it wasn't until I had Brian, my 9-year-old son, that I said, I just can't do this. I'm spending so much time working. I'm not spending enough time with Brian. Like I'm spending more time with this picture on my desk than I was with him. So I thought there's just got to be a way where I can make money online so I can be flexible and be able to stay home with Brian, because my husband doesn't make enough to support us. So I have to work too, like in a lot of families.
Yeah.
So I thought I just got to do something. So I looked online for ways to make money, and I stumbled upon this guy that he said he makes $30,000 a month with his blog. So I thought maybe I could start a blog. So then that night I found the blog called the blog domain Mom Beach. It was available. Mm-hmm. And before it was owned by like a German nightclub. And so isn't that funny? So I get a lot of, to this day, I still get a lot of Germany people coming to my blog.
So the blog is called Mom Beach. And you chose it because that's your name? Like,
oh yes, my last name's Beach.
Yep.
Yes, my son, he made me a mom. My last name's Beach, so I thought maybe Mom Beach would be a cute name, and it wasn't taken. It's easy to remember. Mm-hmm. So then I like that night I registered Mom Beach, and then I made my first blog post, which was about what we had for dinner. And I was just kind of casual blogger at first. I wasn't really, I was more doing it as a hobby. I wasn't really trying to learn anything. Like I would look at YouTube videos, wasn't really investing in myself. But then I stumbled upon this really horrible job, and I had this toxic boss, and he would tell me how I wasn't creative enough. I didn't deserve my title. He even told me I was worthless one time. It was like during this one-on-one meeting, he would just break me down, and I'm 6 feet tall, and he made me feel like I was 3 inches tall.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I knew then I had to get serious with this Mom Beach blog. I knew it was my ticket out of here.
Yeah. So how did you turn a blog into a business? Were you monetizing the blog at the time, or did you kind of take it in a different direction then?
Well, at first I was more of like a casual hobbyist blogger where I wasn't taking it seriously. But then that day where I ended up crying in the car, sobbing, uncontrollable tears, that was a turning point. I said, I need to get serious about this blog. I just know it's my ticket out of here. There has to be a way. So then I started investing in courses. In my first year, I spent $20,000 in courses, learning how to do marketing and sales, blogging, like Pinterest, Google SEO. Like I knew nothing about that stuff. So I learned it all, and I kind of think of it, as investing in education, because I spent $35,000 to get a graphic design degree, a BFA. So like I look at it as like investing in my blogging education.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And to answer your question about the money, well, the first month I made just $1.50. And then I told my friends and family, and they kind of laughed at me saying, oh, you're like, you just got to get serious about your job. You can't focus on this blog. I mean, it's a big waste of time. You're never going to, get anywhere with it. So they're really, being negative to me and kind of giving me nays when I wanted yays. So I just, kept on doing it. Then like a year passed and I still wasn't making much. I was making like $100 a month, and, it wasn't very much. And then I was thinking, maybe I should quit. Maybe they're right. This isn't for me. But then I had a turning point. I just felt like, hey, I got to keep doing this. I can't give up now. I know this is a way out of what I'm going through with these awful jobs and these toxic bosses. And, my hands are going to mess up. I can't get to management because I'm a woman. And I'm in IT, and it's just the like women are just like such there's just so few women in IT, so it's just, and I wasn't, even getting opportunities on the job. My code was being scrutinized before they were pulled into GitHub, and I just felt so bad. So I knew there had to be a way out of there. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. Just the past is coming back up, and so I knew I had to get out of there. So I was really so focused. And then COVID happened, and my blogging content was all work from home opportunities, how to make money online, how to save money. And it just blew up.
Oh, wow.
And then I got $5,000 that month in ad revenue because I had, over 100,000 page views.
Wow.
And people coming to my blog, and it just skyrocketed. And I got into a really good ad network. And I was even making more money from it. I got into Mediavine, and then my income soared. And then I was only monetizing at the time with ads and affiliates. And I thought maybe I should add digital products too. So then I opened up a Shopify store, and I started selling, printables, spreadsheets, courses like workshops for moms. And then I made $10,000 a month.
Yeah.
And I knew I was onto something here. And then some months later, I made $20,000 a month. And they were just from people coming to my blog and buying. And I had an email list by then too, and I was promoting to my email list. I wasn't running any ads. This was all organic reach.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah. And so you had a blog that became, like you said, the first blog was what you had for dinner, but then obviously it morphed quite a lot into how to make money from home and things like that. Was there anything specific?
Yeah, I was telling my own journey.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You were sharing sort of your own journey. Yeah. And then you created these sort of assets so that people reading it could then do the same thing for themselves. Were you sort of just sharing the same steps that you'd done and sharing your knowledge?
Yes, because the first online business I was doing, like aside from the blog, was drop shipping. So I was detailing my journey with that on my blog and writing blog posts about drop shipping. But then when COVID happened, like the Chinese factories all shut down, so I could no longer do drop shipping. So then I pivoted the blog into be about selling printables, because by then I was making a lot of money selling printables and spreadsheets. So I started talking about, how to sell printables on Etsy, how to, sell them in your own store on Shopify. And so then I kind of pivoted, because it's always good when something isn't working out in your business to go in another direction and not just keep on, because then you'll end up losing your business. And then it's better to move on when you see something's not working out for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So now these days, what are your main things that you sell? Like what creates 100,000 a month, which is amazing. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. What are the things that you actually offer today in your business?
Oh, sure. Well, I made a blog post on CoachBeckyBeach.com detailing like my income and expenses for that month where I cracked 100,000. And the top thing that I sold was like this online course that was really popular that month called AI Powered Spreadsheets. And it's how to make spreadsheets using AI tools. And I've been made a custom, GPT. Like for those that don't know, it's a bot that you can create on ChatGPT that specializes with a skill. And this bot in particular is specialized in making spreadsheets, and it will make them for you. And then all you got to do is input what kind of spreadsheet you want. You can even do a surprise me where it will just give you just a random spreadsheet that it generates. So that course did so well. Like it got up to like 30,000 a month. And then I also made about 20,000 with my printables in my store, on my Shopify store for the Mom Beach. And I made like about 18 to 20 doing that. And also, I also self-published books on Amazon. I have like over like 14 income streams.
Wow.
Where I'm earning passive income from these various things I put out there, like on Etsy. I earn income on Teachers Pay Teachers, like just lots of different places.
Yeah. So you've got products in all the places. Etsy, you've got your own shop, you've got I've heard of Teachers Pay Teachers before. So you're creating resources specifically for teachers. And yeah, that's incredible. Congratulations. So what would you say now, thinking about it, have been your biggest insights, that you were like, if I could go back in time and just tell old past me some tips to help make the process faster or to get somewhere better, what would you say? Like what are your top 3 big lessons that you've learned?
Well, number one would be not to spend that much on courses, because my husband was very upset with me when we went to do our taxes, because he found out then and there how much I had spent on courses. And my tax preparer was like, yeah, she spent $20,000 on these courses, for her business. Like, this business is in the negative $20,000. I made hardly any money that whole year, the first year of business. Probably wouldn't have spent that much. Like, I was just a kid in a candy store. Like, I saw these courses out there with all these skills that I didn't know how to do. So I just felt like buying everything I could. I was making pretty good money as a web developer, so I did have the funds to spend, but still, like, I just wish I wouldn't have spent so much. This one course, I spent like $1,000 on it, and it was kind of above my head. And I still haven't even finished it to this day. I don't even know if it's still out there, but it was really above my head at the time, and I was taking all these courses that I thought would help me, but they weren't really geared towards the new people. So that's why I came out with a membership called businessbeachclub.com, where I just have one monthly price, and you get access to over 20 of my courses that like teach you just about everything you need to know about having an online digital product business.
So do you think that some of the courses, because you were obviously made your blog really successful, did doing courses on SEO and that kind of thing help you, do you think? Or, I guess there's that trade-off, like in that year, you might not have seen the return, but do you think that they then paid returns in following years, or maybe just a few of them?
Yeah, probably just a few of the courses, end up helping a lot. Like, I think the best SEO course I took was by Mike of Stupid Simple SEO. Like, his SEO course was really good, but now he's going more towards Pinterest, like teaching Pinterest. Now he isn't, because SEO has really gone down badly because the AI overview and the helpful content update. A lot of people are struggling with SEO, so he's kind of pivoted his business, which I mentioned before. Pivoting is a great way. If you see something's not working out, just go into a different direction.
Yeah, that's so true. What were the biggest challenges that you came up against? Because you sound like you've been the amazing pivot lady. You've been able to jump into all these different areas, and you've obviously created success in a lot of them, but you must have come up against some challenges. So tell us a bit about what were your biggest challenges that you experienced.
Well, I had a very successful commercial use coloring book business. It was I would sell commercial use coloring book packs, and people would buy them, and then they can self-publish them or make printables with them. But then with the advent of AI, where people can now generate their own coloring pages with Midjourney and other AI tools, nobody would buy them. So I used to make like over about $6,000 a month with these packs, and now nobody would buy them. Like, I would commission them from actual artists, like human created, from like the Philippines and Sri Lanka, just people like that wouldn't charge very much, but they would give you good work, still. But money goes a long way in their country, so they would just charge me like $300 for a pack, and then I could sell it for $6,000, and I was just making all kinds of money with these coloring packs. But then because of the AI, nobody would buy them. So even to this day, I have like over 100 coloring packs in my store that aren't even being touched. So I made a coloring book membership where I've been, using that content that I already have and distributing it every single month, giving like some of those packs in the membership, and also doing, coaching calls as well, and other resources like a Facebook group. So even if you have existing content that's no longer performing for you, you can, actually put it into a membership or do something else with it, or, put up for sale again. It's just content that's there. It's unlimited. I mean, it's digital.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, I love that way of thinking about repurposing those assets into a different way, like sell them a different way. If it's not working now, try something else. I love that. So tell me about AI, because you've just mentioned you had a really successful, lucrative income stream there, and then AI has literally just put a stopper in it. What other impacts have you seen AI having, especially in a printables kind of space, or even digital products? I mean, I know I'm on, sorry to go off down a tangent, but story, that's relevant on Kajabi, which is what my business is built on. you can ask it to create a course. You literally give it some information and it will build a course for you. It will even put in it'll create the lessons that it thinks should be in there. It will put content in there. Like, I don't personally, I was like, I just was bamboozled when I saw it. So I thought, oh, let's try this out and see what it actually creates. So I gave it a topic that I normally teach on, and it created a course. Now, I didn't like I would literally have to go through and change everything because I didn't like what it wrote. But the point was, if you weren't that fussy and you had a different way of doing it, and you were like, well, this is actually better than what I was going to create or something, like, it can create it for you in a moment. So what do you think, what do you see as have you had any other challenges with AI, is I guess the question I wanted to ask. And then what do you also see as how to work with it? Like, this is becoming more and more involved in our lives. We're using it for more and more things. The options are probably endless, but how do you see yourself being able to leverage AI and work with it as opposed to kind of being in competition with it?
Oh, yeah, it's a good question. Well, I was using AI before it went mainstream because OpenAI gave it to the masses because I was in the tech industry and we were using it for machine learning, in particular, I was at Verizon and we were using it to help, the break fix technicians, assist them to repair the server. So the AI would actually, read based on what they have actually trained it themselves. Now the AI is now, fixing the servers. Then OpenAI came out and then just gave it to everybody, like the code base, they just had their own, because there's lots of tech companies before were using AI. So the mainstream people were not using it, the public.
Yeah.
So I was using it since, but then when it came out, I immediately, grabbed onto it because I say this is like a really, really good thing. You shouldn't be afraid of this because it's just going to get better and better. And it has, because I've seen it right when it came out for everybody. Especially the AI art, we didn't have the AI art, in the tech company. We were just doing the typing, and the coding, it was even coding for us. So I latched onto it right away and I started teaching it immediately. And that's where my income really grew, the teaching of it and the products creation with it. I'll both create the products and then teach myself, teach people how to make those said products. So I just had the product and the course too. So I got both the product and the course. I could sell the product and the course. So I just immediately started, using AI to my benefit. I wasn't being afraid of it. And I majored in graphic design in school. And a lot of the people I went to school with are complaining. I see them on Facebook complaining about they lost their job because the AI, the company is only employing, the AI instead of people and laying off the people. And I see that everywhere. Even the tech company is dealing with that too. The AI can code. So it's been laying off the tech people that they usually do coding. So it's just been pretty bad. But if you actually utilize it, you get on the AI horse, you don't let it stomp all over you, you can actually be successful with it.
Yeah, exactly. It's interesting because I have been dabbling with it and graphic design is one of those things. I'm like, surely, it can design me some stuff. And I have to say, I am still going into Canva and I'm still creating designs or having a VA do some design work because I don't think it's got to the point of it being able, it can create some icons and, I'm probably there's things I haven't even seen that it can do. And I don't doubt that at all. But when, if I was like, I really want to design a specific thing, I've got it in my mind, I am not seeing it yet doing that, but I think we're probably just on the cusp of it. So at the moment, graphic design for me isn't completely out. So it's interesting that there are a lot of designers feeling like the AI has taken over. So yeah, I don't know. I think there's always going to be a little bit of, to use the AI and to get it to actually create what you want, you have to have the vision. And I think that the difference between, say, a business owner who's not a designer and then the designer is the business owner's like, well, I want something that looks good. I don't even know what that looks like. I don't know. I don't have the vision. Whereas the designer is a person who has that creative vision, right? So even if you end up using AI to do the production or even maybe 90% of it, do you see that there's still, as a designer yourself, do you think that there's still a role for human ideation and that the directions that you're giving to the AI in the first place in order for it to come up with the thing to do the designs?
Yes, people are still greatly needed. Like I've studied human computer interactions as part of my UX certificate, like user experience. And humans are just, it's like, will always be an integral part of this technology. Like, I don't think the AI could ever overrun us. Like, I don't know, there's been lots of movies where, oh, the AI has like conquered the world and the humans are slaves to the AI. Like, I don't think that could happen. Because yeah, you have to think, but this AI isn't conscious. Like it's not doesn't think or feel like you or me. It doesn't have emotions. You know, you ever seen the Renaissance period? Like just amazing works of art were done during that period. It's all the human soul. Like the AI could never be like that. Never, not in a million years. I mean, it can just scrape artists' work. That's what it's doing. It's just scraping artists' work it finds online. It's scraping, you know, even there's even ones that can make music now. It's scraping existing human created music, you know, human created writing. Like it has access to all this information on the internet. And then when it gives you information, you don't know where it's from. Like that's why it's extremely stupid to use it as a coach. Because I was just having this conversation in my Facebook group, how some people were saying, oh, I use AI as a coach. And I said, that's extremely stupid because you don't know where it's getting information from.
What is the context, right? It's scraping information from who knows where and then just giving it to you. And it's
right.
It's always so confident in what it says, isn't it? Like,
it's a lot of it's outdated.
Yeah. And like that point that you just made, actually, I think is so important. It's only taking from what already exists. So humans have created something, put it out there, and it's like scraping artwork, it's scraping designs or advice or strategies, like anything that it's giving you, it's not creating new thought. It's just amalgamating what it's found and giving it to you, right? So
right.
I think that to me is the difference. It's like if humans stop thinking for ourselves, we stop that creation, then we are literally going to grind to a halt. We're just going to keep regurgitating the same thing over and over and over again. The more that we just use AI, it's just like the same stuff being reworked and reworked and reworked until we're all just the same. Like, you know, if we take that to an extreme level, like it'll be ridiculous. Whereas you think, you know, to bring an example, I guess everybody knows, they've had a few different things, but I know that Steve Jobs, when they bought out the iPhone, he's like, if I'd asked, or was it the iPod? If I'd asked people what they wanted, they would have said a mini disc that could hold more songs. So it's like that would have been creating from the past, from something that already exists. Was like, how do we innovate? Well, let's make something that can hold more. And he's like, no, like I didn't need to ask people what they needed. I needed to envision what it was that they had no idea that they even needed. And once it was there and people were like, whoa, this is what I need, you know, like the iPod was revolutionary. The same as the iPhone was, you know, just something, it was like a computer in your hand with a touch screen. So you think if you'd ask people, you know, or what AI is doing is like giving you answers based on what already exists. So you're just going to get a slightly better version of what's already out there. And it'll end up being fairly average. Whereas I think what humans have is this ability to see forward, to create something that doesn't exist yet. And that's where I think we need to leverage our human ability, right, to actually move forward and create forward. But
yeah, excellent point there.
Yeah. So tell me, what is it that you see happening next? Like, give me your insight into the future. Like, what sort of digital products do you think are going to be taking off more than ever? You know, obviously taking into account AI and what it is going to be providing us with, which is a lot of cool stuff. But what do you think are the things people are going to be seeking and that we as humans would still be creating for them as a product?
Well, I'm seeing like more and more, you know, people saying they're making their course with AI. They're even, you can make your printable with AI because it's based on this code called Python. And if you understand Python, you could be like a AI superhuman. You know, I'm telling you, because I understand Python, so I can make it do just incredible stuff. Like I've done trainings on using it, what's called vibe coding, which is using Python but not writing it yourself. You having it write its own Python script for itself, having it tell itself what to do, and then you put it into what you want it to. Yeah, it's hard to, I can explain it better, but you're having it code its own Python, and then you can tell it what to do based on that. Then it could just program itself based on what you said and using the vibe coding. So that's what a lot of people are doing now to get better results, because the reason why when it types and like writes and stuff, it doesn't sound human at all because, English is not its first language. Its first language is Python.
Mhm.
It's just like somebody from out of the country that is just now learning English for the first time, and they can speak it fluently, but they'll never speak it as good as somebody that, grew up, with it their whole lives. And it's kind of like that. So it just makes incredible things with this vibe coding. And like everybody should check out vibe coding. Just look on YouTube for tutorials about it because it could really make it do amazing things. And I've seen big results in how it can create, and it just saves so much time instead of making it from scratch. Like you could make it right on the Python canvas. Just a printable of all kinds of different printables, planners, journals, checklists, like all kinds of its own stuff, and it could write it on the canvas. Then you can take that PDF it gives you, you can put it into Canva, and then like make it pretty, like because it's all editable.
Oh,
Once
right.
you get into Canva, you can put graphics, you could edit
Yeah.
the text however you want, you could move around the elements.
Oh, that's amazing. So this isn't in ChatGPT. This is or is ChatGPT built on Python? And I'm sorry, I'm asking you the basic questions because I don't know all the answers.
Oh yeah, yes, ChatGPT is built on Python.
Okay. So
And
you use ChatGPT?
that's how it's programmed.
Yeah. So is that what you're using, or do you need to kind of go to a Python canvas, like a more of a source level?
Well, the canvas is a library in Python. There's also image handling libraries like Pillow and Report Lab. So these are libraries that are accessible within Python. If you understand what Python can do and its limitations and and like everything, then you can like create amazing stuff. Like as long as you know what it can do. So everybody should read the Python libraries to see what all this AI could do for them. Because anything that's in the libraries, the ChatGPT can do. Because now it has all the Python libraries accessed in it. Like, there's probably some libraries that aren't in it right now. So so like everybody should just check that out because it'll help them be a much better user of ChatGPT to create amazing things.
Oh, wow. So give us an example. I know that you've got a resource that's available for listeners. Maybe you could tell us a bit about it. But what sort of, you're saying learn how to create tools using AI. What kind of tools could we potentially be creating?
Well, you could, create all kinds of stuff. Maybe a workbook. Like if you're a coach and you want to have a workbook for your clients, you can create a workbook. Actually, in the freebie that I'm giving, I'll teach you how to make a workbook using AI and Canva. And you can make it within 20 minutes, a whole entire 40-page workbook I make in like less than 20 minutes using AI and Canva. And it's one of the resources I'm given. In addition, you're also going to be learning how to make wall art and also stickers and clip art that you can sell on Etsy.
Wow.
And if you go to coachbeckybeach.com/she's the business, all one word, she's the business, coachbeckybeach.com/she's the business, you can get this training all for free.
Thank you so much. It's an incredible gift that you've provided us. I love it. Just to get it into my head, because I'm still definitely compared to you, very, very new to using AI. I've jumped on the bandwagon, but I don't know nearly as much as you do. If you're creating a workbook, and I know your course is going to show us how to do that, do you need to be providing all the content in, or are you giving it like, I want to create a workbook and it's, you're giving it sort of like a little bit of info and it's filling in the gaps based on what it already knows? Or like how much do you need to provide it? Because I think sometimes that's what might stop me, where I'm thinking, oh, it's going to take so long to give it all these instructions. I might as well just do the thing myself in the first place. Give us a bit of a feel for what it's like what, how is it speeding up things for us? What sort of info do we need to be giving it so that it can produce what we're expecting?
Oh yeah, actually, reveal what the prompt is, but you just prompt it. So like whatever you teach, like what exactly that you teach that you want to work about a workbook about?
Well, I have lots of workbooks, but let's just say I'm going to create a workbook on helping you find your expert zone in the market. So what is your expertise, your real area of specialty, and your ideal client combined?
Yeah, so you would say, give me 40 workbook questions based on helping my clients find their unique expertise. and whatever else you want to say. And then it'll proceed to say, oh, sure, Jessica. And it'll proceed to give you a big list, like 40, just whatever you ask it, 40 to 50. I usually do like 40 to 50, workbook questions like that. Yeah, that's kind of overkill. Maybe 20 could even do it, a 20-page workbook with questions on it. So it will give the questions. And then what you do is you then and copy all the questions, and then you like go about with the AI and get it into Canva, and I reveal what to do and what steps to take to get the Canva to automate this workbook for you, so it could create it without you having to copy paste each workbook question on each page. It will do it automatically for you.
Yeah, that is definitely the key. I haven't found those secret ways in Canva yet, but I'll be definitely checking out your resource. That's very, very generous. Thank you so much. So if you didn't catch that, Becky has provided a free training resource just for listeners of the podcast. So head over to her website, beckybeachcoach.com. /she's the business.
Oh, it's
right?
coachbeckybeach.com.
Coach Becky Beach. Sorry, I said it around the wrong way. I should have looked at my notes. Coachbeckybeach.com /she's the business. And it's absolutely free. So definitely worthwhile jumping in and grabbing a copy of that. Thank you so much. So where do you hang out, Becky? Do you have a place where you hang out online where people can connect with you and learn a bit more, or even just see what you're up to with your businesses?
Oh yeah, yes. I have a free Facebook group where I'm always there. Just search Becky Beach AI powered digital products and publishers. Cause I also help publishers with AI write books. So you can find all that. Just go to that Facebook group and just search for Becky Beach AI powered digital products and publishers group. And there you can find me on Instagram. My Instagram is the Mom Beach. I'm on Twitter, the Mom Beach too. Like that's my handle for a lot of sites. Like on YouTube, I have a YouTube channel, 2 YouTube channels, like one for my podcast and then one for my Canva tutorials. So you can find me on there. Just search Becky Beach. And you can find my channels on there.
Amazing. Wow. Thank you so much. It's incredible. Definitely a lot of awesome stuff, and a free Facebook group where, you can connect with Becky and find all the things that she has. So many tips, so much information. I can tell you're an absolute minefield full of information on digital products and how you can create them easier with AI. So, well, thank you so much, Becky, for joining us and sharing your story, sharing just a tiny insight into your world. It's been really amazing. You've already got my brain ticking along, thinking of all these opportunities that I have to add some extra pieces to my business. So thank you for joining us today.
Oh, it's been so great, Jessica. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And make sure you check out Becky's course. Go and jump into her Facebook group. The links are in the show notes for you. And please connect with her, connect with me. Let us know what you loved about this episode, what you've learned, any insight that you had. We'd love to hear it. So thank you for joining us today, and see you next week. Are you struggling to find quality clients these days? Well, in this world of instant gratification and abundance of AI-produced content, it may be feeling harder than ever to attract the sort of clients who really value your expertise, are ready to show up, ready to commit and invest in getting the results that they actually want. But it's not just about guessing, and it's not about just creating more content hoping that something sticks. There is some specific things that you can do and need to have in your business in order to attract those sort of clients. And I'm sharing them with you in my training, my free training called The Magnetic Formula. So go and grab yourself a seat for this free class and let me show you what are these 5 key things you need to have in your business so that you end up with a stream of committed, high quality clients who are ready to invest, who help you have a very thriving, flourishing business that earns you over 6 figures a year, and you do it all in very easy part-time hours. Head over to jessicaosborne.com/TMF or drop below into the show notes, click on the link and grab yourself a seat for this free training while it still exists. I'll see you there.